Working within ASEAN, that's an interesting area because we see countries in different levels of market developments. We see regulators of varying degrees of regulatory sophistication, various degrees of transparency. Not all regulators publish all their rule books, and it might not be updated even if they publish it. And even if it's updated and is published, it might not be in English. So there are inherent issues within ASEAN. But having said that, one thing is clear, there is a general trend towards more prescriptive regulations. That's the reality of it. Increasingly, regulatory reform is driven by international bodies or supranationals. Hence the role of organizations like IOSCO, the Basel Committee, Financial Action Task Force, which have been exceedingly successful in driving the AML agenda globally. So I think we can see more and more prescriptive regulations. In the space of AML, we have seen a lot more focus within Singapore and elsewhere in the region as well. The MASA in Singapore has promised that there will be more intensive supervision, more intensive enforcement, and they will not hesitate to name and shame. In fact, they've created an AML enforcement department, and even though they just announced it in June, we understand that it's a fully functional department which is well-resourced already. So we can expect more activist enforcement, I think. And the other trend in the fintech space is that we will see a lot more development. So I was in Jakarta earlier this week where the Indonesian regulators announced that there will be a new sandbox approach. There will be new payments regulation that will be ready by the end of the year. And there'll be other regulations for peer-to-peer lending or equities crowdfunding, etc. That will also be ready by the end of the year. So we'll see a lot of flurry within the fintech space as well.